everyone, and welcome back. It's Ashley. Today I have a special collaboration video featuring Inkon3. I will be using their 3 brand new inks that were just released, along with their liquid pixie dust. You can see all the good stuff right down there at the bottom, and the blackout ink, along with the Gnome for the Holidays stamp set from Trinity Stamps. So I have gone ahead and pre-colored this image in using a bunch of cool gray shades, and I was using the Spectra Noir Tri-Blend markers to get that done. So next I cut a piece of paper larger than my circle die that I want to use. I'm going to have this card be circle shaped. And I've made a fold in it and made sure that it was larger than the circle. And I'm going to make sure that when I cut it, I leave that top part off so it doesn't get cut, so it creates a fold. So that's that. And then I cut a second one just of the piece of cardstock, not of the whole card, and I am going to start blending that in. This is a Bristol Smooth cardstock. If you've followed my videos before, you know that's my favorite cardstock to use for ink blending. So I'm going in with our Trinity blue shade to start with to create a background. When I am doing ink blending and creating fun backgrounds like this, I really like to layer it up and do several different steps at a time. So this first layer, I'm just getting some coverage on it. And there's going to be a whole bunch of layers, and I will have all that here so you can see how I accomplish that if you wanted to try it. So next I'm coming in with some water and a round brush and mixing the Trinity blue and the Sweet Petunia pink together to create a little bit of a purplish shade, and I just put that straight onto my surface, and I'm adding in water until I get the shade that I like, and I'm sprinkling that on. So I am just holding my brush and then tapping it with my other hand. This tapping technique can be a little messy, so you want to make sure anything that you don't want splatters on is out of the way by, I would say, a good foot. I've learned from experience. So next I am spraying it down with some mist and then drying it. So you'll see that I'll do a technique on it and then I'll dry it. I'll do another technique on it and then I'll dry it, just so I can build up the layers. So now I'm doing another round of just the Trinity blue on top of that, just so those splatters don't look like too stark and too bold. I just want it all to kind of mix in and look like a wintry, blizzardy scene. So next I am taking my brush and mixing both the pink and the blue just together dry, not adding any water in, to kind of get another dose of that purpley color on there. And I love using this technique, just straight putting them down and mixing it together. So next I'm taking our white color and just putting that straight down on my surface, wetting that down, and then you'll see I come in with my brush, and that's a smaller brush than the first one that I used, and I'm going to do that splattering technique on that as well. If you're not comfortable doing the splattering technique, you can just go ahead and dot, 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 dot if you have a paintbrush that comes to a round edge. It works too. I've tried that. So here's what our background is starting to look like now. You can kind of see it coming together. And these 3 ink colors are just perfect for creating cool tone winter scenes. So next I'm coming in with my brush and just putting some white around the edges to kind of make it look a little bit more snowy. And so I have gone around the edge with that. And now I'm taking a dry brush with no color on it to blend it in. So I like using dry brushes when I don't want to add or mix any more color. I just want to blend it in smoother. I'll grab a dry brush and do that for that technique. So next I'm coming in with our liquid pixie dust. This stuff is so fun. You got to make sure that you get it really well shook up, which I did off camera. And you really don't need a lot. This bottle will last you a long time. And this stuff is perfect for holiday cards. So I'm doing my splattering technique again right over the top, just like I did with the white to create snow. So this is going to give it a little bit of glimmer. Next, I'm going to come in with my white, and I'm going to mix my white and my pixie dust together and just splatter a little bit on top of my stamped image, so some of that snowy look transfers over to the image too, so it looks like he is driving through in a winter blizzard. So you can see what that looks like up close, all the little dots. It's not overpowering, and if you use a smaller, skinnier brush, your dots will stay smaller. And if it's not too wet either. If you get too much liquid on it, then it can kind of leave some bigger little droplets. Okay, so next I stamped out Gnome for the Holidays, and I used that white ink, and then I also used the Inkon3 Arctic White embossing powder to give it that really bold white look, and I love how that turns out when you mix those two together. So I put some foam on the back of my image so it popped up a little bit, and then next I am sticking down my sentiment right kind of underneath and below that, and I am perfectly fine with it going off the edge like this. If I put it into an envelope, the envelope is going to be bigger than this, so it won't make it bend or anything like that. So lastly, I am adding some confetti no-hole sequins to this, and I will have everything listed in the description below for links so you can find everything. So I know the general area of where I want it. I just kind of picture where I want it, and then I put my glue dots on those spots, and then I just add in my sequins and push them down. So now you can see all the embellishments are adhered. Next, I'm taking a very small round brush and adding just a little bit more shimmer with our pixie dust to the ornaments on the tree. And then I'm also going to add some of it to the star on the tree and the star on our gnome's hat. So that is our card. I really hope you enjoyed this, and you can see how well these Inkon3 inks just coordinate so well with this Christmas release. I love that the blue stamp was named Trinity Blue, and it really is, so it's perfect. You can see up close some of the shimmer on this that was created with the pixie dust, and how well these inks blend together. I hope you enjoyed this video and this collaboration with Inkon3 using Trinity stamps. Please be sure to like and subscribe to Trinity Stamps' YouTube page, along with my YouTube page if you enjoyed this video. Also be sure to check out Trinity Stamps' Facebook page called Imagination, Inspiration, and Conversation for more crafty fun.